This is an iHeart podcast.
Hey there, it's Ryan Seacrest for Safeway. Now through August 28th, it's back to deals time where you can enjoy store-wide deals and earn 4 times points. Look for in-store tags to earn on eligible items from Chobani, Outshine, Sparkling Ice, Planters, Skippy, Electrolit, Drumstick, Kender, and M&M's. Then clip the offer in the app for automatic event-long savings. Shop in-store or online for easy drive-up-and-go pickup or delivery. Subject to availability. Restrictions apply. Visit Safeway.com for more details.
She's seen Encanto more times than she can count. And she can count to 10. She mentioned Mirabel in every conversation. But the moment she actually met Mirabel, she was speechless. That's pura magia. Find yours at Walt Disney World Resort.
5 years, 10 months, and 2 days. That's how long it took to grow the 38 inches to ride on Cali River Rapids. But the moment the wait finally ended, that was pura magia. Discover it at Walt Disney World Resort.
Before we get started, a warning that this episode contains mentions of rape. Hello, from Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. This August, we're bringing back some of our favorite Womanica episodes you might have missed. All month, we'll be talking about pink-collar workers. These women revolutionized jobs that have traditionally been called women's work. Through their lives, they created a more just and humane world for us today. With that, here's one of our favorite episodes. Hello, from Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. This month, we're talking about workers, women who fought for labor rights and shaped the way we do business today. They advocated and innovated to make the office, wherever it is, a more equitable place. Her government denounced her as a traitor. Human rights groups adorned her with awards. She was a Spitfire who committed her life to fighting for the rights of migrant workers in Malaysia. Let's talk about Irene Fernandez. Irene was born in Malaysia on April 18, 1946. Her parents worked on a rubber plantation as plantation supervisors. When she was a kid, they told her not to play with the plantation workers' children. That is how Irene became aware of her country's social and political divides. Malaysia's a relatively rich country, uplifted in large part by the labor of migrant workers. Foreigners make up about 15% of the workforce of the nation, and often do the low-paying jobs that many Malaysians don't want to do. These migrant workers come primarily from Indonesia, Nepal, Bangladesh, and other Asian countries. They work on palm oil plantations or construction sites, often under harsh conditions and for little pay. In an interview later in her life, Irene described it as slavery days coming back. For her own career, Irene started out as a high school teacher. But when she was 23 years old, she changed paths and became an activist for the rights of migrant workers. She worked for various labor and rights groups, including the Young Christian Workers Movement. In 1972, she became national president of the Malaysian Young Christian Workers. There, she organized the country's first textile workers union. She helped develop programs to establish more trade unions, improve consumer education, and foster women leaders. 1976 was a busy year for Irene. She joined the Consumers Association of Penang and helped launch consumer clubs for secondary school children. As a part of the club, students learned about basic needs, safety, and protection of the environment. She also helped found Asia Pacific Women's Law and Development. The organization brought together female lawyers and activists to look at law affecting women across Asia. At the same time, Irene was busy getting involved with several women's rights campaigns and helping pass laws relating to violence against women. For 5 years, she served as president of the All Women's Action Society. The organization helped pass the Domestic Violence Act, Sexual Harassment Code, and incited changes to the laws related to rape. In 1991, she formed the organization Tenaganita. The word means women's force in Malay, and Irene and her colleagues put that force and energy to good use. The organization started running shelters for migrants and victims of human trafficking. At the same time, she also worked closely with women in the electronics and agricultural sectors. In 1992, Irene served as the chair of the Pesticide Action Network. which advocated for the elimination of pesticides and the development of sustainable agriculture. In 1995, Tenaganita published a report that gained lots of attention and sparked controversy. Irene had interviewed more than 300 migrant workers who were in government detention centers. In conversation after conversation, the workers revealed harrowing stories of rapes, beatings, and inadequate food, water, and lack of medical care. As a result of the report, the Malaysian government was forced to admit that 46 people had died of various medical conditions in its detention centers. In 1996, the government arrested Irene and charged her with maliciously publishing false news. Thus began one of the longest trials in Malaysian history. Irene appeared in court 310 times. The prosecutor accused her of marring Malaysia's reputation. Irene was undeterred by the ferociousness of the government. In an interview with the Los Angeles Times, she said, quote, "It will give me an opportunity to write a report on jail conditions and see what changes need to be made." Irene had the support of Amnesty International, which in 1998 awarded her for her work as a defender of human rights. She also received the PEN Award for Freedom of Expression in the early 2000s. In 2003, after 7 long years on trial, Irene was convicted and sentenced to a year in prison. While she was released on bail pending an appeal, she continued to be awarded for her humanitarian work. Finally, in 2008, an appellate judge reversed Irene's conviction. In 2012, Irene caught the government's ire again when she told an Indonesian newspaper that Malaysia was not safe for foreign workers. She pointed out that the country had no legal framework or specific laws to protect them. Today, international human rights organizations are still raising concerns about the welfare of foreigners detained in Malaysia. In March of 2014, Irene passed away from heart failure. She was 67 years old. Thanks for listening to this best of episode of Womanica. For more information, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Special thanks to Liz Kaplan, my favorite sister and co-creator. Join us tomorrow for another one of our favorite episodes honoring pink-collar workers. Talk to you then.
The day begins at the Chase Sapphire Lounge by the club at Boston Logan Airport. You get the clam chowder. In San Diego, it's tostadas. New York, espresso martini. It's 10 a.m. Why not? It's the quiet before your next flight, the shower that resets your day, the menu that lets you know where you are. This is access to over 1,300 airport lounges and every Sapphire Lounge by the club. And one card that gets you in. Chase Sapphire Reserve, the most rewarding card.
Learn more at chase.com/Sapphire Reserve. Cards issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval.
Hey there, it's Ryan Seacrest for Safeway. Now through August 28th, it's back to deals time where you can enjoy store-wide deals and earn 4 times points. Look for in-store tags to earn on eligible items from Triscuit, Starbucks, Frito-Lay, Ziploc, Charmin, Charmin Ultra Soft, and Tide Liquid Original. Then clip the offer in the app for automatic event-long savings. Shop in-store or online for easy drive-up-and-go pickup or delivery. Subject to availability. Restrictions apply. Visit Safeway.com for more details.
This is an iHeart podcast.